Hey everyone, this is Bobo from the Now server. I'm here to do a video on the 5 things that Mabinogi did right this year, as well as 5 things that I feel that they can improve on for the upcoming year. So, let's go ahead and get started. There is lots to cover. Definitely the biggest change of 2019 was the Mabinogi server merge. It brought together 3 servers into one and made the community more lively and active. Definitely a good move on Nexon's part here. However, I'm a little bit bummed out that they did not include Alexina in this mix, and it sort of made some people bitter, and they definitely could have done it, but they didn't. Now, when I first entered the server merge, it felt like this. It was like so active, lots of people, felt like, a shop channel in every channel, and it was flooding with people. Now it's a little bit different. They've included more channels, which is also a good thing, and also, the hype kind of died down a bit, so it's like the usual emptiness in Mabby, but it's not that bad. It's still active. Now, another thing I felt they did very well on was the Mabinogi Campfire event that was hosted in Los Angeles. Technically, this event was in December of 2018, but I'm gonna put it for 2019 category, guys. Now, for this event, they had lots of Mabinogi merchandise, and is one thing I felt that they did not do too much on promoting. They did not sell a lot of Mabinogi merchandise, they did not promote the game that much. So, this event definitely did the trick for this year. It was amazing. It was a huge turnout, lots of people went, and I felt bummed out that I missed this event. It's like, of all the events I had to miss, it was this one. I normally go to all these Anime Expo meetups, and they're like small little gathering meetups, but this was legit. This was a crowd of people with different stations of games and giveaways and fun stuff. It was like a community of Mabinogi fans, and I missed it. Dang it. Now, I really wish that they have this again next year, because I would definitely go. So this is one of the few things I felt that they did very well on, because it promoted the game, and it definitely brought fans together. Now, another addition that I thought that they did very well on was technique skills. It is part of the G22-23 addition to the game, and the reason why I think this is a good addition to the game was because normally when Mabinogi releases something like skills, it's always coming with a completely new class, and it's always some sort of overpowering class or a popular class that everybody just wants to play. And it's just always some sort of repetition to the combat style. It looks different, but the combat style is somewhat similar to the other classes. Now, this is different completely because it is a bunch of skills that do different things, whether it helps you in combat, in life skills, in terms of gathering, or in terms of just giving you buffs in general. And it is a nice addition to the game because it's useful in so many different categories, and it's just a fun little thing to have on your character. Now, not only are these skills useful in many ways, but they low-key made it into a system where you have to be active in the game just to use them. Now, I know it sounds like a bad thing, but it's a very smart way to make players more active. For example, you will need Phantasmal Remnants just to use some of these skills, and in order to get Phantasmal Remnants, you have to fight enemies. So you can't just cast things with MP or stamina, it requires you to actually fight. Not only that, but you have to do things like shadow missions, dungeons, repetitive quests, and just plain old leveling up. It's not the simple way where you just level up and stockpile on a bunch of AP just to level up the skill. It actually requires you to do a bunch of other different things in the game just to level up the skill. Now, I know it sounds like a negative thing, but it is a very devilishly sly way just to make players more active. And I have to give them kudos for that technique. Quote unquote technique. Haha. You get the joke? Yeah, okay, well, whatever. It is basically a very skillful technique. Now, the 4th thing on the list was free Ketchup on rewards. I know some of you guys are like, what? And I was like, what? But yes, it actually happened. Now, this is not a permanent thing in the game. It was a temporary thing that was for an event. But I do hope they push forward and make it a permanent thing. Now basically what it was if you do a shadow mission at the end chest, you have a chance of getting a gachapon reward. And it was, I want to say, after doing so many shadow missions, it was about like 25% chance of getting it. I don't know, like that was if I did hard mode, of course. Of course, the harder the dungeon is, the more likely you will get the gachapon reward. Even then, when you get the gachapon reward, it's still RNG to see if you actually get something good. But regardless, it is way better than getting nothing, you know, like in terms of our usual end chest reward. It is also a very good incentive to non-paying players and new players to have a chance of getting gachapons. I mean, just imagine being a new player and doing a shadow mission and then boom, a pair of wings pop out at the end reward. It's such a great feeling to get something nice. Now, I know some of you guys are probably wondering, isn't this gonna affect gachapon sales? Well, honestly, I really feel like it won't affect gachapon sales because during this event, they had introduced an old gachapon, not the latest gachapon. So when it comes to the latest gachapon, people are always gonna want to buy it anyways because it's the latest, newest thing. And when it comes to old gachapons, not too many people are gonna care about it that pay for gachapons because they've already done it. Or unless they missed out on it, then they would care. Also, I don't think that people who pay for gachapons are gonna go suddenly like, I don't think I'm gonna buy gachapons anymore now that we have free gachapons at a 25% chance rate at an end chest reward in a shadow mission that takes about 5 to 15 minutes long to do. I mean, realistically, people are lazy and will spend money just to get things quickly. I'm also amazed at the amount of rewards they've been giving us for certain events like those instrument bags and the lost boxes that we fished out. I mean, it's kind of a good and bad thing at the fact that it's flooding our inventory, but it gave us things like gold and gems for our ego, so definitely a thumbs up to the rewards here. Only thumbs down is my bag is hurting so much. Now, last but definitely not least is service updates. And I know some of you guys are going to be like, meh, but I'm just going to give you guys my 2 cents and say it is definitely worth looking into at least. So for those that have no idea what I'm talking about, Premium and VIP service has been updated and it is improved with a lot more new things and a lot more convenient ways of gathering your advanced play now. So take a look, guys. I'm not going to read off the entire list because there's so much on the services right now. Now basically around the holidays they have this sale at the end of the year, and I think that's the only time it's worth getting service. Right now they have a 50% sale, so it's half off of course, and it's really in a way cheap because if you think about it, you're spending about 20 cents a day on a service for VIP, that is. Now some people would be like, should I get premium or should I get VIP? And I want to say kick it to VIP if you are the type of person that buys Style Tab. That's all I can say for specifically Style Tab. Because if you guys think about it, Style Tab actually costs pawns. And for those who already spend money on pawns and also, you know, purchase Style Tab and premium service, you may actually be saving a little bit more money by just going with VIP, because VIP will give you free Style Tab. Now if you guys are going with the sales that's happening right now, it is definitely worth getting 3 months at a time versus 1 month at a time because it is cheaper than buying it individually 1 month at a time. Now I know some of you guys are like, oi, that's a lot of money to go in one day. Yeah, it definitely is a lot of money, but if you guys are very active in the game, it may be worth the investment. Now for premium, it costs $55.40 a year. For pawns, you'll need 150 pawns to upkeep your Style Tab, which will cost $13.70 a year. And VIP costs $75.80 a year. So the difference between VIP against premium with pawns is only $6.70 a year. So I feel like it's definitely worth siding towards VIP because it comes with a bunch of other goodies too. But like I said, it depends on you and your style in terms of what you care for in the game and if you want to pay for it. Now for Advanced Play Update, they changed it so you can collect all your Advanced Play in your bank tab. You don't have to log into each character to collect, so it's way easier now. You can choose the reward for that day or choose a random reward and hopefully get what you want. Now I usually go for random reward because I want to get dies because they are selling. And that is also another great way to make some money. Unfortunately, this is the part where everyone shouts, pay to win! Yeah, it kinda is. Basically, dies can sell for probably 100 to maybe 180k each. Maybe the price will drop, who knows. And if you can get 8 a week, that's basically almost $1 million, and if you have more characters, hey, that's way more money. Again, it's all RNG too, so you can get way more dice throughout the week. Not only that, but advanced play can give you dungeon passes and a bunch of other convenient things that will help you just casually glide through the game with ease. And I know, like I said, a lot of people are probably gonna hate it, but you know what? For a measly 15 to 20 cents a day, it is worth. However, if you guys missed the sale after the holidays, it may not be worth getting the service. Alright, now on to the 5 things that Mabi can improve on. First thing on the list I want to say is balance in combat. Now I know some of you guys are going to be like, haha, that's never going to happen. And hopefully that's not the case, but there needs to be some sort of balance. Why do you think nobody ever PvPs anymore? It's always the same skills people use, and it's not like how it was before where certain skills would have to counter other skills, kind of like rock, paper, scissors style. Now it's different. Now it's all about heavy numbers in DPS and sudden strikes, and it's gotten really boring and mindless. I mean, the fact that people have to do heavy numbers just to bypass certain techniques is kind of boring, you know? It's like, all you gotta do is just hit hard, you know? And also, the skills that come out, everybody just wants to go with the latest ones because that's the strongest ones. And what happened to the old skills, you know? We just kind of completely forgotten them and abandoned them. And I know some of you guys love the old skills. They want them to be stronger. They don't want them to be forgotten. And that's what I hear people complain about, is older skills are forgotten or they're just not strong enough up to par to the newer skills. And when they do rebalance it, it gets worse or it gets kind of weird, you know, and that's what needs to be changed. That's what needs to be fixed. And I can't really say how, but, you know, numbers for me is never a thing in Mabi. I'm never really, you know, going with numbers. But I have gotten to the point where I want to say is I cannot pursue the combat any further unless I hit harder. And that sucks, because normally I can pursue forward into a game if I know how to dodge or use certain skills to counterattack. I can just keep the flow going and I can keep moving forward. But no, and now it all requires heavy, hard hitting numbers, which requires you to be super strong with weapons that are overpowering or buffs and whatnot, and it's just like, oh god, I cannot keep up with this anymore. Now I know what I'm saying sounds like mindless ranting and whatnot, and it kinda is, but if you guys want a more in-depth explanation with numbers and whatnot, calculations, check out this guy's video on his YouTube. His name is Rydian, and he perfectly explains what needs to be changed in Mabi, and I definitely agree with all of them. They are just spot on exactly what needs to be fixed. Check it out, it's gonna pop up in the upper right corner under my cards. Now the next thing they need to fix is the dang cash shop. What happened? They broke it and never fixed it. I cannot scroll on this page unless I drag the entire page down. I'm sorry guys, but for new people, they would not see or do this. And I want to say that this is going to hinder a lot of their sales. I don't know if it's just me, but I do not see a scroll bar from my screen. And there's a lot of stuff in the cash shop that just no longer needs to be there. I mean, a lot of the stuff is in advanced play given to you already. And a lot of the stuff is like, are you really gonna buy javelins? Come on. Are you really gonna buy arrows? Come on. Like, a lot of these stuff are given to you guys for free from events. Why would they put it in the cash shop? They make it seem like there's so much to buy in the cash shop, but really, a lot of the stuff doesn't need to be there. Clean that thing up, you guys don't need it. I mean, I feel like if they focus more on selling pets, packages for outfits, butlers, maids, maybe the one thing that hasn't came back yet, quote unquote, Squire scrolls, like what? Hello? I mean, There's a lot of stuff that they could put in the cash shop that's worth buying, but they don't. And it's a lot of tiny convenient stuff that honestly I don't really think people would buy. And if you are buying them, you are wasting your money. Stop now. And the biggest peeve of all is the beauty coupon system. The fact that you have to have a beauty coupon that comes from a gachapon that is only a one-time use, and you don't get to keep the hairstyle or the face if you change it back to your old hairstyle or face, is ridiculous. It's like, why can't we just keep it? Why can't we consume the coupon and forever have that hairstyle or look? It doesn't make sense. It baffles me because a lot of other games let you do that, and this game is like, nope, once you use the coupon it's forever gone and you can only keep that hairstyle and face, you know, unless you kind of revert it back into another coupon that costs money. And it's like, what? Next time, why would you do this to us? I mean, you guys do realize that if you just sold the look itself without having to put it in a coupon form, you'd probably make more money. Because everybody knows that every gachaponer is hoarding all that stuff in a pet somewhere. Now the next thing on the list is more solo friendly. Now I know some of you guys are going to be totally not for this and going to go like, what are you talking about, Bobo? There is so many solo friendly. Everything that's a Generation Quest is solo friendly. You're correct. However, there has been a lot more releases lately that are raid related, party related, group related, and for a game like Mabinogi it can actually be very difficult because unless you're in some super active guild, it is very difficult to find party members that will be doing runs with you, that will be dedicated to doing your mission that's needed for, you know, whatever quest you have or whatever goal you have. And it is frustrating. It's something that can deter people from playing the game. But I know some of you guys are like, Bobo, this is a multi-massive player game. You have to play with people. I agree. I totally agree. But keep in mind, there are people who work super late, who come home late, who are in completely different time zones. And when they come and play the game to a time where there's not too many people online, it sucks for them. And that's a difficult time for players to just enjoy the game and even progress into the game. So if you can't progress into a game, obviously you're not going to even want to play the game anymore. So this is why I feel that they need to keep adding more solo friendly options for things that are for raids and whatnot, but of course those who do the party raids will reap the better benefits and rewards. Now the next thing on the list is inventory, and I know some of you guys are looking at this and going, wow, that's a lot of inventory space, that's amazing. To me, I'm like, help! I can't see my screen! It's like ridiculous how the inventory system is in Mabby. You have to have a bag and a bag and a bag and a bag and a bag just to open many bags. Just like, why? Why do we have it that way? Not to mention, pets each have their own inventory that you have to open individually, one by one, just to find something, and it is ridiculous to just find stuff in this game. Half the time everyone is lost in the inventory, I'm not gonna lie. Now all of this can be easily be fixed if they had some sort of maybe bank system for pets. Maybe all the pets inventory is like in a bank tab and we can just shuffle through them quickly. I mean, I don't know why they didn't just make it more organized. I don't know how else we can fix the bag situation because people love their bags. But my screen is just blown up from all of these inventory bags, and it could be fixed. Like for example, why haven't we gotten a dressing room yet for equipment? I mean, there's so many weapons and whatnot out there. It would be nice to put them in a dressing room format. I mean, we have one for tails and for face accessories, and there aren't even too many of those in the game. So, blows my mind. I also don't understand why we can't put bounded items inside a dressing room. And I know the dressing room is shared between accounts, but if we try to withdraw a bounded item from another character, it should just say, sorry, you can't. So I don't understand. last but not least, it is me tooting my first world problems, but housing and homestead needs to be updated. I mean, I know some of you guys will look at this and be like, wow, you have a lot of space on your homestead, Bobo. But really, as they start throwing in more and more events and more homestead items, there is literally not enough room for my homestead to just add more stuff, especially when the items are ridiculously huge, like a huge waterfall or a rock or a lake. It's like, hello, next one, please. How can you even fit that in there? Like, why can't we share our homesteads from all of our other character accounts? That would be nice. And also, the housing is kind of bit garbage. I'm sorry. The housing in the homestead is garbage. I mean, there is nothing in there. They don't have a lot of decorations, and the decorations are just weird, like a painting. Okay, there's also just a weird like space. Like, it's just small and it's clunky and it serves no purpose but buffs. And that's not what I expected housing should be. Housing should be more customizable, more enjoyable to just hang out in with friends, and it's really just like, here's a box to throw things in, enjoy. Like, thanks, next time it could be improved. Alright, and that is my video on the 5 things I felt Mabi did well on this year, as well as the 5 things that they could have improved on. Now, if you guys have your own opinions and thoughts on what Nexon could have improved on or did well on this year, feel free to leave them in the comments below. I'd love to hear everyone's opinions. Alright, and one last thing, I really do wish that Mabi added some sort of gift wrapping thing in the game so I can make my own gachapons. I mean, like, I've been asking for that for so long. Anyways, thanks you guys for watching my videos, and like always guys, please, 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 stay awesome.